the day after the afternoon before. I've left it the day to, I would say, come to terms with probably the worst performance for the Mariners under David Artell so far, as they went down yesterday 2-1 at home to Harrogate Town, and I have to say that we seemed a bit potless in that game yesterday. I think Town were just they looked like we didn't know what we were going to do. It looked like when we had the ball, we didn't know what to do, where to go, or what to say. It was sort of like a very flat performance. It looked like the tempo was poor. The energy was not there. Like they'd all had sort of Christmas turkey before Christmas. We couldn't really string many passes together. Not frequently. Patterns weren't really there. And it was a cold afternoon, and it was a cold afternoon. The stadium seemed flat, and I can understand why to a degree. And we didn't really, the players didn't really give the fans an awful lot. And I'm going to just take you through a few of the match stats, which are on here. We had 57% of the ball, whereas Harrogate had 43. We had 14 shots each. They had 5 on target. We had 1, which was our goal. It didn't start well. It was a scratchy game, really. At the beginning, Grimsby did do well for the first 5, I would say 8 minutes, and then Harrogate, after about the 25-minute mark, started to really dominate. Grimsby put our back line under a lot of pressure, and I've got to be honest with you, when you do that with our defensive line, sooner or later the defence are going to crack, and we did. When Liam Gibson, the former Town loanee, scored. It said Bowles here, but it wasn't. It was Liam Gibson that got the goal. A goal that we probably shouldn't have given away, really, but it was coming. I was talking to a fan at half time, just had a little word with them, that they were saying about how we played, and it really was a dire first half on both ends. But I said to the fan next to me, I basically said you could see that goal was coming, and Harrogate's first goal was coming, and Liam popped up and got the goal, and really didn't really improve from there. In the second half, Harrogate, they just had more about them. I think they just had more. They had more pressure. They had more belief in what they were doing. Everyone was saying, why aren't Town passing forward? There was no forward options on. This is what I mean by the tempo of us seemed flat. Again, I think they've got this wrong. It was actually Matty Daly that got the second goal. It was but it was just again it was coming. The goal was coming. We didn't put much pressure on Harrogate at all, or as much as we should have done. We did get a late consolation from Kieran Green good goal in the end. Dangerous ball in, and Kane was just there. He was one of the subs that did come on. Obviously, Anthony Glennon has been given the assist for that goal. But I have to admit, I didn't really celebrate the goal because one thing, when I listened to David Artell's post-match, he was absolutely right. We got what we deserved, which was nothing. We didn't deserve anything. And a couple of times I've already said during this video, we were flat. There was no tempo. We didn't look like the home side. We looked like the away one. We looked like, we were trying to play David's style of football, which is on the deck and to feet, and trying to play through the lines. Didn't work. For once, I would rather we have gone direct and tried to trouble them more that way, because going fancy or pretty didn't work. Guys, this is no criticism of David Artell, but because he's not been here long enough to really criticise. But I think collectively, you've got to put that down to the players. For whatever reason, they didn't turn up yesterday. The players did not turn up yesterday, and I always say there's ways to lose. There's ways to lose, and it just wasn't good enough. And I think that if we play like that against Mansfield on Boxing Day, we'll get beat. Simple as that. It's. I want to just say I'm not alarmed. I'm not worried about relegation or anything like that. But I'm gonna do a video probably after the Mansfield preview, where I'm going to take us through the first half of our season. Now we've actually played 23 matches, so we're officially halfway through our season, and we lie in 19. So it could be a little bit damning, my view of the first half of the season, really. But the reason why it doesn't seem like I'm saying much about the game is there wasn't much to it. It was kind of Harrogate fed on the scraps we had and were more productive. We were we tried to play pretty stuff, but the options for players weren't there. The options for passes weren't there. It was like the lads didn't know what they were doing to a certain level. Abu Issa got man of the match. I personally wouldn't have given anybody man of the match, to be honest. There was nobody that stood out. In the first half, I did see more of Abo than I saw anybody else. When he did get the ball, he did try and go at the defenders and tried to make something happen. That's probably why he got man of the match, because really there was nobody that stood out for me to go, yeah, they're man of the match. And I think our midfield were overrun, and that is something that needs to get addressed. I think in January we need a better midfield than what we've got. Gav came on for about the last 20 minutes. Gav Holohan, about 8 to 10 minutes. He tried to make something happen. In fact, we did look a little bit brighter in the last 10 minutes. But again, it was kind of like David's style of play is you don't want to go too direct. You want to try and keep the ball flowing. But the thing is, we weren't putting more than 2 or 3 passes together. It was kind of like when we were losing the ball. But it's not the fact you lose the ball, it's where you lose the ball. And we were losing the ball in dangerous areas. and that was concerning for me. Not only was it a cold day, so I was feeling a bit of the cold, but it was nothing to get excited about. The ground was flat as a pancake, and I think that it's another game where we can see two or more. I think where our issue is going to lie, and like I said, in the little sort of breakdown of the video coming up, I'll really deep dive into Grimsby's first half of the season. But to tie up this review of the game yesterday, all I can say is we got what we deserved. Absolutely nothing. Pleased for Kieran, came on and got another goal. Pleased for him. But like I said, I didn't celebrate it because I went sort of, yay. But it was like, yeah, we've scored a goal, but we've conceded two again. Which would have meant we would have had to have scored another one in the remaining 4 minutes. And we pushed. But if we had done, I'll admit the draw would have been unjust. I think the right team won, and Harrogate are a decent side this year. They are becoming an established League Two outfit, and credit to them. Credit to the fans as well. They were singing. They were. We even got the fact of. We even got them singing to us, "Can we play you every week?" And to be honest with you, even though we don't usually play as flat as that every week, I couldn't understand why, because we didn't really trouble their defence at all. So it was kind of like, it was like an easy day at the office for them. And David Artell, what I will say about David is he won't mince his words, he won't, but he'll know there's a lot that has to be done. And he even said in his post-match that there could be more days like this. There could be more games like that. Well, if there is, David, and some fans will believe this, if we are going to have more games like that, people are going to really be concerned whether we will be in for a relegation scrap. You say we definitely won't be, but if you're saying that there could be more days like that, then we could be. But like I said, it's one of those kind of games that we seem to lose games that there's nothing in them, and that is a concern for us. We always ending up more on the wrong end of results. So well done to Harrogate Town. I would say unlucky to the lads yesterday, but as a collective we weren't good enough, and I think the lads will know that. They've got to respond at Mansfield, because if we play like that against Mansfield, we're going to get eaten alive. As simple as that. We can't play like that at Mansfield, because if we do, they've got too much quality. They've got John Bowery, they've got Davis Keeler Dunn, they've got players that can really, really hurt us. And if we play with that kind of tempo, like I said, we're gonna get taken apart, to be honest with you. So there's a lot of work for David to do over the festive period and in the window in January. Is he going to have to move players on to get players in? I think the one player that I think will definitely get moved on, I hate to say it, I hope not, is probably Gav Holohan. But I think he's one of the players right now you need in the team, if I'm completely honest. We actually look better with Gav in the team than we do with him out the team. And obviously, Otis Khan could be one of those that's on the fringes as well. But I think again you need Otis as well. It depends on what David's plans are for January and what he's able to do. But if we take it as this, I'm not going to say we shouldn't be losing to teams like Harrogate, because I'm not going to disrespect Harrogate like that. But you can't play with that level of tempo. You can't play. It's okay playing the short passes, but there was no end goal in that. Danny Rose was isolated. He tried, like I said, and he always does. He gives you everything he's got, but he wasn't really given much. So it was sort of like I said, and I've said this to many people, I've said this in many videos, Grimsby Town can score goals, but we can't keep them at the other end. And that's my review of the game yesterday. Like I said, it ended Grimsby Town 1, Harrogate Town 2. We were lucky to get 1, to be honest. So the ground seemed flat. If you were there yesterday, let me know what your thoughts of the game was. Did you read it the way I did? Or did I miss something that was more uplifting? I do believe we'll be fine. But like I said, I've got a video that I'm going to be working on before the Mansfield game about our overall first 23 games. So that will be a long one, because it's going to be a bit of an extended one, due to I really want to break down Grimsby's first half of the season, right from sort of pre-season down to now, obviously. So look out for that. That is coming up over the rest period. But there is another video coming later, which will be the Mansfield preview, and I'll also do a League 2 preview as well. So look out for that. But leave your comments down below on this video about if you did go, the 6,000 or so fans that were in Bungle Park yesterday. Credit to you, because it was a cold day and the players didn't really give the fans enough to really get excited. What was your thoughts? Did you feel as flat as I did? And were we just going through the motions? Let me know down below. Please do like, please do share, please subscribe to the channel. And like I said, your comments are just as important as mine on this video. Just, please do get involved if you're a Mariners supporter, and even if you're a Harrogate supporter on this video, do leave your comments for me, and I'll be back with another video. Like I said, the Mansfield preview is coming up, so hit that bell button will let you know when I upload that video and future videos. And if there's anything you want me to talk about specifically, if there's anything you'd like me to do a video on, or even get one of you guys on the channel, and we'll have a good chat about what we think is going on and your opinion. I want this to, and I said this right at the beginning of the channel, especially if you're a Grimsby supporter, it's about your opinions as well as mine. You don't have to agree with my opinion, and I'm all for being challenged if I feel like it's right and there's a right way of doing that. So do leave your comments down below. I will be back later on. You may get one later today. The Mansfield preview is coming, and also before that, I'm also, like I said, working on the first 23. This is what I'm going to call the video, actually. The first 23 games of Grimsby's season, the first half, and we'll have a good deep dive on that. So in the meantime, do like, please share, please subscribe, and all that good stuff. Leave your comments down below. What did you think of the game yesterday, and where do you think Grimsby are, and what do you think they need in January, and how can we start to turn this season around so it doesn't just fade into insignificance? Let me know down below, and I'll be back with another video very, very soon. Bye bye.